maker for Enigma Galaxy. They get a 20-point match. Suddenly they're tied with Aurora, who have currently managed to settle themselves in first. The first team to break the 3-digit mark as well and hit the century here in the finals.
I do wonder if maybe teams will get a little bit more antsy, force some issues slightly earlier into this one. A couple of our big names already inside the zone there. 4-5's Aurora, Godlike, not too far away. S2G making their rotate down from truck stop. And then Tiamba, of course, towards the coastline. Keep that in the back of your mind, but focus on this as well. We've got some weapon skins, of course, for those of you at home that want to get your hands on some lovely bits of kit inside of the game. So make sure you're participating in that.
Absolutely. And we'll throw that up on screen shortly. You can take a look at it then. But for Aurora, there you go. As if on cue. Doc will just go down there. Knows he's nowhere near the rest of his team. Isn't going to bother them. So unfortunate there for Aurora to lose a player out almost immediately. Again, weird entry point for a lot of squads where they want to get in towards the circle as soon as possible. S2G giving themselves the best advantage early on as they fly down from the eastern side of the map. They're swinging past Impala right now, might look for some of the high grounds that sit towards the southern portion of this one. Enigma Galaxy a slower start though, over towards El Pot, so they're going to hang out here for a little while longer. Ralph on screen with us at the moment, doing a good job IGLing, making some quick decisions here and there. I do genuinely think it helps having... I think as much as we've talked about Coops, I think we do need to shift the perspective a little bit to Lord. I think Lord has been such a consistent player on that team. We've given a lot of love to Coops so far, but I think Lord is able to excel because he has another strong fragger on the team. Now, I think Satan as well as Ralph are both very good players, but they're not your front line, right? And if Lord was always playing that front line, he was very good with it, he needed someone to play off the back of, and I think he works phenomenally well with Coops right now. So a big shout out to Lord this game. Hopefully they can continue that pressure. Milu back in, actually, for Tiamba. Looks to move up against Lost here, but will unfortunately go down. So Tiamba losing Milu right off the back there. Very sad stuff to see. I think Tiamba was not expecting this. S2G sort of making a Tiamba play versus them themselves.
Yeah, giving a taste of their own medicine there. That's unfortunate, the return of the King, but only for a few brief minutes on this one. We'll see if he comes back for another Miramar outing. Absolutely beasting in the event overall, but S2G stealing some of that energy and starting it out with a nice elim to send the rest of Tiamba scarpering, as they know they don't want to stick around and sacrifice anything more on this one. 3-man squad lives on to see if they can steal some points away on the long con.
For Tiamba, still 7 more matches to go, and like you said, they've been having a great run at the start of it. They had a lovely push-in over towards the finals itself. They looked fantastic. Now sitting over towards the middle side of the tables. Haven't really able to put up many points after that. But they still have a whole additional day, and that can change a lot of things. Remember, you just need to get past that smash ruling point system and then hit the chicken dinner. So they just need to get themselves in range. That's it. They've got one more game to do it. They've got this game here to try and get some consistent points on board. Like you say, the return of the King was very short here, but next game, potentially some royal decrees being thrown out here and there.
Yeah, take the opportunity to sharpen the steel once more and then come back out swinging. Potentially, that's got to be the play for some of these teams as well, because you touched on the fact, obviously, you're trying to set that barrier, that scoreline to beat effectively going into tomorrow. Stopping some of these top teams dead in their tracks, seeing if you could stop them from bloating it to a very large scoreline. It's a risk versus reward that you've got to weigh up in some of these situations for teams that are looking to still climb, but don't want it to be too tall of a task to reach it going into tomorrow if you want to lap our top teams with that smash rule being in effect. OG on the move here, Ida just off in the distance.
Yeah, pretty big funnel, this portion of the map, around La Bandita. Through some of the dead ground, sits around here as well, to the north side of Los Leones, staging upwards towards some of those buildings. Wolf's already met that quota right now. They're a little bit further towards the center of the map. Wolf looking for another good game. They were in second place for a little while, but then swiftly fell out of it, and Wolf's looking to get some more points on board. Again, for them, a good game would pretty much settle themselves up towards the top 3. They just don't really want to get trapped by that second place curse. You know, it's very much the Alpha 7 of old. Flash loses 1 on the knock and will be immediately flushed there by S Power. It's from Godlike on the south side. Vitality having a little bit of a look in towards S2G and Puerto Paraíso, actually. They've got a 2-2 split going on, very dangerous.
Zypher up on the roof. Nade in his hand as he starts to make a move over the top side and see if he can get that one down on target. So 4 Fribes collapsing in early. Jiggle knocked. Sleepy arcing a nade back over as well. Going to cook that one. If they came running over now, could be very detrimental. They can tuck into the stairs as well. Get a safe recovery on the go here, so Jiggle can still be in play.
Falak, though, putting on the pressure, and again, with the flashbacks towards yesterday. 4 Thrives up against Aura. No Fear able to clutch it out towards the end. IQ, though, finds Sky, and No Fear is nowhere nearby. Starting to fly on in, but I think it might be too little too late here. T24 did hit the floor. For the rest of 4 Thrives, holding on fairly decently. A tanky, though, from the sidelines on OG. Literally, as soon as T24 got picked up, hit the deck straight again.
Floating around just on the periphery. The Vultures circling these 2 teams right now. Ooh, up close inside of the compound, though. It's Sleepy that looks to clothesline them in the close quarters combat. Few shots fired over. Good assist from No Fear with the SMG as Falak gets lit up. They go in from both sides. The stereo piece.
Nice.
It's a brilliant clear. Oh, punishing 4 Fribes 1 by 1.
You can't believe it. For 4 Thrives, it's almost a dreamlike experience versus Sleepy. Deja vu once again as No Fear drops to the plate, but OG, they come in to pick up the pieces. And that's 4 Thrives down. No Fear taking some shots once again, but Sleepy is out, and OG with a fantastic third party onto it. Oh dear me, for 4 Thrives, the horror experience continues.
Yeah, those weren't scare actors, Blank. Coming in with real weaponry on that one.
The worst event I'd ever paid for.
Yeah, you would not enjoy that.
Yeah.
OG certainly
That's a real chainsaw.
They had a great time, mate. Cut through them. It's like a bad magician. Slice you in half, but hey, you're not going back together. They steal those points, keep on dreaming through this one before Thrives and Aura out early on our opener of Miramar today.
Checking with some other teams, though. Aurora, very, very slow to the circle itself. They're coming from that western side past Chumacera. Likely will hit a traffic jam, though, with the boundaries in place. A lot of teams trying to sidle their way through the northwest edge of Los Leones down towards the southeast. But we are hitting those rocky outcrops where we slope down towards the eastern side, leaving Vitality and S2G on a little bit of an island of themselves. The next circle will determine where these teams do need to cramp up towards. Oh, okay. S2G, 4th one on the cards, potentially. All right.
Hey, man. Goes over towards them, already set up down towards the coast there. A lot of water in play once again. These circles have been so spicy time and time again, forcing some quick thinking out of our squads.
For S2G, though, I mean, as an org, it would be an incredible achievement, right? To come off the back of winning 1 international previously in the past, and to rebuild and do it again. That is a great marker of success for S2G. So we'll just have to wait and see for the time being. For them, they're down towards that east side. Very limited information of what's happening over towards the west here, as it does slope upwards. You're not really seeing all of the information, all of the intricate details on that side, so they're going to play it safe for the time being. Tiamba did get a central position though, but they are playing as 3. Milu going down earlier on. Coops finds Schweppes, good shots. Does not miss those often.
Ooh, a couple claps back over. Off-angle peek there, getting a few on target. You can see it's a wide spread with the setup from Nigma Galaxy. This off-angle could be so dastardly. He's got his eyes on target. Mormon just trying to stay alive, digging his heels in towards the cliff face. Ralph looking to get those final confirmations off. Tony K low on health as well. 2 smokes dropped. Tucking in while Schweppes is finally confirmed. That was the knock we saw from Coops earlier into this one. Joker does fight back. They know about the angle from Ralph, but you are so pinned in, so many positions to be aware of, and they can take shots from all sides.
This is the only problem with sometimes Ralph's flex outs, is that he really does just bait his teammates sometimes. It has worked out quite a bit today, but this is the problem that arises. Lord does go down for it. I think in the straight fight, they might have done a lot better there having nades, because Ralph's also got all the nades. He's got 5. Like, those would have been lovely. He placed over towards this side, up against the players. Hoops sends one in. It's a good amount of damage. Knocks one over towards Tony K. Luckily, Mormon was able to dash down the hillside, avoid a lot of that shrapnel. Still took a hell of a beating.
Going on for a little while here as well, and starting to drain some of the more offensive utility that's being thrown out. Obviously, they're tucked in just on the rock face here with the map geometry, making it uncomfortable to fight with bullets. They have to nade onto it. I think that was the last nade for Coops, now thrown in. Satan is somewhat closing the gap, but he's being peppered back as well, and they now know.
Bro, Ralph, just come over. It's 2 players. Let's hit the 3v2 and just win this fight.
Oh, it's going on for so long. Finally, at least one more confirmation as we will see Tony K buckle. How on earth, though, if they'd just been given this free fight with no assist? Mate, this could end terribly for both squads at this rate.
I mean, Joker's still off in the distance there as well, and Ralph finally gets in the car. This has been a strange one. It's been a very strange one, and it almost feels like very reminiscent of Nigma Galaxy of old. A little bit too comfortable with these odd splits here and there, and Ralph goes down.
After that explosive opener, you thought they had him banged to rights, but E-Arena, 1 by 1, have punished back against Nigma Galaxy, and with that last nade from Mormon hitting Coops, they thought it was all over. Well, it is now.
For E-Arena, they are very glad to have this guy on side. He is more than a man, he is more man. Here in play, still kicking strong there at the top of the leaderboards, 98 points, but you'd hope lesson learned there for Nigma Galaxy.
You can't afford to be doing that. Not worked out for him whatsoever, mate. 2 indecisive.
Yeah,
split.
I mean, look, Satan is frustrated, and so he should be in that situation. What a... I don't even know what to say.
And for E-Arena, I mean, counting their blessings, they get away with that as a duo. 4 elims picked up, putting them on 98 points total right now, still alive in the game. If they can coast this one out long term, maybe there's still more to be said for them on a bit of a big score on this one. But they've made out with a brilliant heist. Got in there, made out like bandits.
A watcher. Ralph.
Observing. Noticing.
I've noticed you in a 2v2 with my team.
Yeah, brutal way to go. Hey-ho, is what it is. OG back on a move onto bigger and brighter things. Let's see what they can do. Akon, quick shots. That's Chief getting spearheaded straight through, and the vehicle going to confirm him. Silence up close with a nade in his hands. Pin pulled, sweaty palms. Can he blow them away? Silence does get one off. back onto ACOP, leaving them in a effective 3v3. Zone going to be crunching back in onto Silence as well, and he's low on HP right now. Nate's thrown all over the shop.
He's worried. So he should be. Might just get the first aid kit off here. Pulls it off in time. A tanky though, going low, gets the heal. Silence is down and out. We got Night Cam on board. Watching on as his team struggles up against the forces of OG. Either now looking down towards them, punishing. Only Ayala left for the squad to move forward. Vitality found themselves in a decent position, and somehow Nongshim Red Force have been able to swing down towards the southern side of the map. But again, I feel where Tiamba's playing, completely workable from this spot. But you'd hope for Ulf this is a good game. I think this is where they need a good game to stay in contention for the top side.
Yeah, if they want to be in that conversation, you've got to get the boots moving. As we gave you this establisher here of the map crunching in, we did see Ayala, I believe, there on Furia falling. So Furia do go out with the on-watching from the coach, main man Knight. So OG get away with one player still in the contest here. See, Widgock's going to have to play a very, very slow game from this point as just a solo. Does cut away some of that effective close line early setup we saw from S2G. They're going to have to move over. This is why you were highlighting Ulf there. Very central. Tiamba, similar sort of story. And Aurora with just the duo.
Yeah.
That could try and get involved in the conversation as well.
And if we look over towards Ulf as well, when we pan past them, they're on some really nice high ground. Looking down on a lot of these teams, like it's a very, very good spot, not only to gather information from, but to springboard the rest of your game. It could be front a curveball and get a hard shift over towards the northwest side or down towards the southeast, in which case you need to push down there. But yeah, I think for Ulf, they should have a good lay of the land going forward. Flash still as a 4-man though, over towards that northern edge. Arena off towards that eastern side. Living actually, despite everything. They were stuck in the blue for quite a while.
You know what, man? Maybe there's a chance as well. We start to get some big booms coming out of the squad like Godlike. Man like S-Power, supply crate come down near them. He's a bit of a cheeky chappy. He's got that good energy about him. If they can get armed,
he does, yeah.
Potentially get a good bit of a shift on this one as well that favors them positionally. I think they'd be a team to show back up. This is the kind of environment they can certainly deal some damage.
Right, you don't have to shame them.
Does he make it this time?
No, it's just a shame, Cam. Okay,
all right,
cool.
Fair enough. God, you've been done.
Not a single thing gets past our observers.
No, all the shots on that one.
They notice.
Look, that's the thing about ladders. They can be a bit hard to climb.
They can be. They can be. Especially when they're off the ground level. But a good attempt. See if Flash makes it later on. We'll have a little peek back in there. Probably not now though. They've been embarrassed on the big screen. Nongshim Red Force looking over towards S2G. Important fight here for the eastern side. Trying to play off that edge. Kamikaze looks over the top immediately. Pulls off from that angle. Gives them space on this one. Lost on a real long back angle there. I do like where Lost is playing. He's done this a few times before where he's this really cheeky position. Luckily, Tizzy immediately notices him.
Thing is, this being a bit more of a downhill battle as well, STG just casting the nades towards them. It does give them a little bit more oomph on those bad boys, try to get them on target. At some point, both of them have got to move as well now with the zone shifting over, and Hyunbin's gone for the more aggressive approach, zipping up towards the ridge line. He's got some cover to play off with this as well.
The crowbar.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Looking to get dug in over towards S2G. Prime apart. Ulf, Aaron actually finding shot over towards Darkin. That is a mega shot, by the way. Oh my goodness me. How far is that? Almost 400 meters on that bad boy. That's Aaron for you. MTG still wandering around on one nade there from So Easy. Tries to get a bit of damage done. Lost still in the back lines, but he's been effectively harassed. Vitality yet to move, and Nongshim Red Force is just trying to dominate the high ground off the back of this. I think with Hyunbin's original push out, that swing was very good, gave them a huge amount of advantage playing forward, but we are just playing in tandem at the moment, slowly stepping up this hillside.
Yeah, climbing up bit by bit. For the Mafia, it looks like there's a little bit of posturing from Godlike back down towards this fight that's occurring in the Elim feed with Alula taking on Ida. So Godlike might try and siphon some points out from that one, whilst you do still have this elongated uphill battle between Nongshim and S2G. Ooh, the duo of Aurora as well, even getting a good distant connection off onto Godlike to at least knock one of the players. Alpha pushing a bit further down as well. They were debating going for it. Oh, but that's actually Top getting the knock onto Soulless.
Yeah, that's awkward there. Kamikaze though, Arena. It's Mormon once again at distance. M4 taking the shots in. Kamikaze immediately has to rebuff that position. Nongshim Red Force takes advantage of it. So easy peeking. Good shots from Joker. Goodness me. Lucky to still have his hat on. Eren knocks over towards Razak. Eren has been hitting some nasty shots, by the way.
Yeah, he's been super slick with it. Great gun skill on display. From range as well, gets a little bit more awkward from some of these long-range fights, but doesn't bother him. He's been consistent.
Very important he gets that knock as well versus Vitality. Massively slows them down because Ulf had 2 players down, knocked. Now they do... I think they just lost 1 entirely. Yeah, they did. So they're down to 3 now. That's Soulless. No longer in with us. It's all from a really, really good position. I don't really know how they lost a player there. And it's hard to deny those sight lines in this area of the map. There was a lot of little defilades, random bits of environmental objects that are going to keep you alive. Skinny trees. Aurora's living it large. Honestly, has 2 players. I think that's what I'm most surprised by, but Top has been having a really, really good day today. I think he's currently topping the damage meters, well, hey, with Reefus playing alongside him up there.
Ooh, well, Zone moves in, still has actually a bit of favor towards Aurora with the position they were set up in, but this battle between Ulf and Vitality has been going on. Meanwhile, amongst it, S2G start to crash onto Tianba. The drum starting to beat. Just outside the doorway, shots into the back line. Heels being pulled out as QZZ tops himself back up. Hamzik's so low as well, you're going to be caught on a wrap. Wow, somehow gets past the door. Oh, mate. Bullets bouncing by him, giving him a short back and side with a haircut, but he's still alive. Nades into the long building.
QZZ lucky there. Almost went upstairs as the nade came through. Joker will finally go down. I mean, Arena was certainly making some enemies, stinging away at some of the players around the map there, but for Tianba, they've got to love this longhouse, and holding on to it is the name of the game. Sadly, no Milo here to make those 1v4s happen. Only 2 players from S2G, so not looking like another chicken dinner going forward. Desperate to take this longhouse off of them, though, and hold out all the teams coming in from the northeast. Molly goes down, forces Hamzy G into the homestead.
Yeah, they got the read, though. They know the info. Heard the thunderfooting of the footsteps as he plays close on the stairs. Meanwhile, Vitality continuing to put pressure onto Godlike, holding the back line. Ulf stealing away some of the points as well, as Razy will get hit heavy. Razak down as well, calling for backup from Axel that's got about 1 point of health left. And that's Nongshim Red Force that are lighting him up with So Easy coming in. Only Vexy left then. Scary scenes for Vitality. Nades being cooked out from Scarface and dashed back down onto Nongshim Red Force. Still waiting, lying, prepared to strike for the S2G side, close towards Tiamba's compound. 4 different fights occurring here.
Yeah, this is pretty madness. Over on this side of the map, Nongshim Red Force looks to finish off the final player there from Vitality as they swing down. Leave So Easy on Overwatch towards Ulf. Flash stepping up to the plate. Unbeknownst to them, this is a 5-man team inside the building. We're lost. Hamzy G and Tianba underneath. Smoke start to bloom. Nongshim takes quite a lot of damage though as Godlike starts to push on through whilst Ulf maintains a little bit of help.
Flash just sprinting in, clear towards the top side of their area of the building. Meanwhile, A-King starts to respond back in kind onto S2G. QZZ
Nice.
with a smooth move and giving them the Texas two-step and dancing past the bullets. That's how S2G go down. More pressure could potentially be coming their way, though.
Has to play the outside now. Love that from A-King, though. Just decided to push up. Sadly, Wynn's already on the rooftop. Gets the good shots in. Will flush out the player. QZZ gets in the building with the S12K. Underneath, there's Eagle lurking as per usual. Gets the first aid kit off. Greeds for it. Zeus low. Bozi's down, and Tiamba is making the hold here. One player left remaining. He moves out. It is just Eagle, I believe, left here for the team.
Oh, he tried to bait him back on the double step into the building. Thankfully for Flash, Wynn finds that one on the reply. He can't pull a fast one on him, but that's a quick way to go down for the last member of Aurora. They fall as well, and the numbers get fewer and fewer as we go down to our last 4 squads. Flash, Godlike, Ida, and Ulf remain. Ulf have been battling Godlike after Vitality were removed. This was the next squad they had to keep the intense action going with, and they've not had a moment of respite in a few minutes.
I mean, Godlike's playing a split right now. They've got Salme over on the western side, keeping tabs over towards Ida, trying to not let them push, whilst Admino and S-Power essentially bully Ulf. Ketch is going to try and crawl over towards them as Wynn makes this swing. What's over the moment, S-Power and Admino just not giving up, though. They're going to send in good shots from Eren, tries to take down Wynn quickly, but Godlike's in through the back lines. One player left alive here. Scarface tries to hold it down, but cannot keep the hope alive here for Ulf, as S-Power takes advantage of the momentary distraction, and that's just with 2 players here. Now they look to take it attacks versus Ida. It is Godlike, Ida. A 3 versus 3. Nades forward, it's good. Straight to the vehicle. Opens up the boot. Looks for more.
They thought they found the weakness. The isolated off-angle play from Salme. They run him down with the vehicles, but he blows away the first line of defense with a nade and leaves them in dire straits now. 2v3, trying to pull back while still fighting. Last bit of offensive utility thrown out by Salme. He's got to get his head down. Off-angle split between the 2 Ida players. S-Power from range, putting shots on target. Darkin waiting for the peak. Throws the nade over. Could be good to at least force S-Power back out into the open.
Good damage over towards S-Power there, like you say. Doesn't force him out, though. He just holds his ground. Nade bounces off the rooftop, but Salme's not bothered. Darkin now swinging side to side, just about gets to cover, but not before S-Power hits the shot. Now just Rita all alone. The rest of Godlike pushing down into him.
The terrifying trio of Godlike being fired up. The ferocious crowd here in France giving them their energy. Chant after chant, screaming the name Godlike, but can they do the arena proud as Rita makes a move? Bullets on target, gotta hit the deck. He's low, he's trapped, and Godlike know that they are inches away from grabbing the chicken dinner. Salme with the elevated peak, they're looking for the shots. Rita, gotta make the move. Peeks back up, fires the warnings over. That's one knocked as Rita looks to hold on. Can he somehow clutch this?
Ooh.
No, cut short in the final moment as Godlike find it.
S-Power right at the end. Looked dire, looked bad, but he brought it back into full, clear picture. Godlike grabbed themselves a chicken here. They've been getting closer and closer to that meal, and it's here right at the end of the day.
And if you're fortunate enough to be here at EWC 26 for Pmwc, you'll hear that organization's name echoing through the hall as the fans cheer on their squad. That chicken dinner locked in. A clutch play at the end denied, and Godlike securing the dinner to give themselves a fighting chance, setting their sights at climbing up the rankings.
again, for them, I think today and yesterday, it's just been a case of slowly but surely understanding every different scenario, how they want to play it out. But they have, like I said, just inched ever closer towards that victory. It's a nice set of adaptations coming through from this team. It was clear at the start they had a little bit of a slow burn to them, but the fire is definitely starting to roar a little bit now here for Godlike, and a good ending over on Miramar on what was quite a difficult circle to play.
Yeah, played it to the best of their ability as well, right? So many back-to-back fights where they were just thrown into the blender.
Yeah.
And no one got any
just
time.
crept out every time.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. Is like so many of those teams could have been in a position to keep this one going, but you just never had any respite. They were running low on ammo, using up all their meds. You barely scraped through one fight. Next team's right in behind you. Intense, like sort of, you know, 5 to 7 minutes there of action.
This S-Power guy, though.
Oh, he's giving it. He's bossing it.
He is giving it.
And they love him.
He is giving it. I mean, to be honest with you, I think I was more, as much as S-Power is kind of ruling the lobby at the moment, it was cool to see Salme play that out. I think Salme has some really good off angles for the team, and he's a reliable player. It's quite rare to find that in a team where you can just rely on that one guy to do his job, picture perfect, and not go down in the meantime, because they were fighting 2 different fights at the same time.
Mate,
yeah, well done.
That's the difference of it as well, right? That off-angle setup, when they crunched in with the vehicles, they